Hey people, it's me Vandal, and I'm back with another video. So today, I decided to change it up and actually, do something and make a video. So, I'm gonna be doing Assassination Classroom. I hope I put something there. Okay, so what is Assassination Classroom and why am I doing it? Because I've been watching like a bunch of anime for the past couple of weeks and I've actually been finishing some shit because I have a huge backlog. Because I'm doing important things. So what is Assassination Classroom? It is a story about an alien teacher who blew up the moon. Well, he didn't blow it up, but like he put a hole in it and shit. I don't know how their tides are still working and shit, but that's them. His name is Kuro Sensei. He's an alien. He looks like this, right here. And basically he came to Earth and he said he's gonna blow it up in a year. And he decided to teach these students in the trashy ass class because they dumb as fuck. And 3E, these guys right here. Hopefully I can find a good picture for them. And well, they gotta stop him in a year, but they're not that good at fighting. So he's basically teaching them how to become better students. And they have to stop him before the year's up or else he's gonna blow up the Earth. And if they do kill him in that time period, they get like 10 billion? I'm not sure. I think that's the number. I think it's 10 billion. 10 billion yen. Split amongst all of them. So they're really trying to like kill him each time. Also, to kill him, they have these specific weapons that are they're designed specifically to kill him. So you can't go any better than that. So that's basically the whole story in a nutshell. I can't really explain any more than that without giving spoilers, but actually there's probably gonna be spoilers in this, so yeah. Let's start with what I liked about the show. At first I didn't like the show. When it first came out in the first, I think it was summer, or was it spring? I think, of this year, can't remember. But I didn't like it in the beginning because it felt a little slow and the characters weren't as grabbing and I was like, oh, whatever, I have better stuff to watch. So I was like, I think I was watching Kuroko and I was like, that shit's hype. This shit's not hype. So this could wait. And I think it got to episode 6, maybe a little longer down the road. It's like 26 episodes, so if you ever have a chance, watch it. But, stop at this point right here and go watch it, or else you're gonna get spoilers, maybe. So, let's continue. So starting from there, I didn't like the pacing of the show in the beginning. It was a little boring. The art style was really different, which is something I came later to appreciate that it was different, and I started to like it. It grew on me. So I like that about it, but in the beginning, I didn't like that it was really slow and it started off like that. But when I really got into it, I started to see like a deeper meaning in the show, which is a connection between a teacher and his students, which is weird because the students really want to kill him, but at the same time they're learning from him because he's such a good teacher. But it's like it causes like this struggle, a weird struggle that's like you see it as it progresses. And I'm glad I didn't watch it week to week because I got to watch it sequentially through marathoning it. So I got a more deeper feel for that connection, seeing it like back to back to back episode, because I'm noticing each episode they're like, oh, I'm gonna kill you, and then they're like, oh wait, but we like you, but no, I gotta kill you, but no, we like you. And then it's also interesting how the teacher is trying to be the best teacher he can be to his students, but that's not really fully explained because I don't know exactly what happened, but there's a flashback where he's on the moon and he's with this lady on the floor and they're talking to each other and he's talking about teaching these kids, but they're really vague on that and I wish they clear that up in the next season. But I really like the connection between the student and teacher relationship. Like even there's this part where they have to go to an assembly each time and they live on the top of this hill and they have to travel through like some dangerous shit just to get to class because they get treated like shit. So they have to be the first ones at the assembly and they basically just get treated like so badly by the other students because they're trash. Because the principal is another character who I don't even know what to say about him. Him and his he's like really evil, but his whole motto is that students, if they see someone who's trash, they're like, they don't want to be trash. But that doesn't make sense. Like you should try and build everyone up, and that's what the sensei is trying to do, but the principal wants to keep everyone down. But it's like that's like another struggle in itself of like school system and critique on school system. I'm trying to be fancy with it. I should go get like some hipster glasses. But that's how I feel about that part of like the student school teacher relationship and how they all meld together. And like I think it's really interesting that they have that antagonist for the school principal. I think he's interesting. He's an interesting character, and his son is just like him. I think he's just more evil, which is weird. But they're both evil. Like there's this one scene where they're in his office and they're talking about some stuff, and he just talks like really OD, like just evil to his dad, and I'm just like, why are you talking to him like that? But they're both evil. So back on the track of like student-teacher relationship, I feel like as the story progressed more, you get to see like contradictions in their actions, which is like they know they have to kill the teacher, but they can't bring themselves to actually, well no, they do bring themselves to try and kill him, but each time it's like, why? Because he's a good teacher, but he's gonna end the world. Like this struggle between like having to kill him but him being a good teacher, it's something that's like an ongoing theme, and I really liked within the series. I also, like I said in the beginning, didn't like the animation style in the beginning, but I began to like it towards like getting more into it because I got more accustomed to it and it looked nicer to me, and it was very different because like the lines were a lot more broader and the style was just a little more, I guess it was more close to being manga-y than like anything, if that even makes sense to anyone, because like I feel like, I guess that's the style of the author, because I haven't actually read the manga, so that's just my bad. So I don't know if, actually that's like partially a lie. I have read it, but in Japanese, but like one chapter, and I didn't really fully understand what was going on. So that's just something for another time. But that's what I liked about the show. And what I didn't like about the show, I guess like I said in the beginning, was the pacing of it. But after that I got really over it and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the opening and ending theme songs. I think I started to like the second opening more than the first opening, because just FYI and for all like future reviews, hopefully I'll get a better format because I'm all over the place right now. But is that I really have like a whole mantra about watching anime. Every episode I don't skip the opening and I don't skip the ending. You know, I mean, that's your preference if you don't do it, but I just can't. It's just like, no. So I make sure that I watch it all the time. Everybody's like, yo, you're gonna skip the opening? I'm like, we don't do that in my house. We don't believe in that here. So that's not me. That's just one of the things. And I grew to like both openings, even though they were really sporadic and crazy. I mean, the openings themselves weren't like, ugh, but they weren't like, oh my god, what the hell's going on? Oh, who's that guy? But that was interesting for the most part. It was a decent opening for what the show was showcasing. Maybe another thing I didn't like, but they kind of worked on it, was that there were too many characters. I mean, it was a classroom and you got little tidbits of each student within the anime. I guess you get more in the manga, like more in depth with each student, but I don't know any of the students' names except Nagisa. That's the only person's name I remember, because fucking he was the only person who was badass, or he, she, you know. I thought he was a she for the first like 3 episodes until they said otherwise in one episode and actually clarified it. So that's the thing. And Kuro Sensei, the only other name I know, and Bitch Sensei, but you know, that's I can't believe they actually took the time, or I wonder how the author was like, did he learn that word and he got really tight and then he thought of a girl that he didn't like, so he named that character Bitch Sensei? I don't know. But if you ever get a chance to watch, Bitch Sensei is definitely a character that you want to look at. When she gets introduced, she's actually really funny, and you know, she actually grows on the students, and she grew on me a little more when she learns about how to be a better teacher instead of being an assassin. And that's another role play here, like they're learning to be assassins but learning to be students, and some of the metaphors that come in when they're taking tests with their assassination stuff, which is like a metaphor on like how to ace the exam and learn all these things that Sensei taught us in class and stuff, and that I find is definitely interesting metaphor. All right, this guy, because I need to put a picture of him because this motherfucker is crazy. And it was one episode and I was showing it to my friend. It was the first time he ever saw it, just like randomly, because I watch anime randomly. And I was like, let me put this on. And I didn't expect that from that episode. And then he came, and it was the episode where he wanted to take over from Kuro Sensei. And he was like, oh, you know what? Y'all need to listen to me because I'm your daddy. And I'm like, the fuck you mean you're his dad? What kind of shit is this? And he did a whole 360. He was really nice. He put out the rainbows and shit. And he was being nice. And I'm like, okay, he looks like a nice guy. And then he did a total 360, and then he challenged Nagisa to like some duel, and he got his ass whooped, and then he got really butthurt and became like the evil dude at the end, and he was actually gonna kill everybody because everybody got sick, and they got, after they tried to assassinate Kuro-sensei at the end. But that guy is like, he's OD. Like, he got so OD, he started scratching his face from the salt. Like, he had so much salt in his system that he was like, I lost, and he couldn't get over it. So he was like, he was way too salty, and he was the most saltiest, craziest bad guy I've seen in a while. I guess Nagisa was kind of interesting towards the end, but I feel like it kind of needed more explanation, like where he got his swagness from, because at the end he fought Takaoka sensei and it was cool, like he won, but it's just like, how? It kind of is like glazed upon, but maybe if I read the manga I'd understand like a little more about where that comes from, because I feel like it comes from nowhere, but it's there. It's weird. And for the most part, each of the students, because I can't remember all their names, I remember, what's his name? Red hair dude. Yeah, y'all all gonna get on me because I don't know names, so you know, yeah, so it's okay. You know, just put it in the comments if I mess up names so I learn, because I'm still not gonna know them at the end of the day, but I'm gonna try. I'll make an attempt. So red hair dude, back to him. He was interesting because he got first introduced as like a teacher killer, but it was like, it was a weird metaphor, like he wanted to like end the teacher's life, but not really, but like he finally actually got to kill a teacher, which is Kuro-sensei, but he actually couldn't. And I feel like he experienced like a little bit of growth, which was like after they took one of their tests and he didn't score as high as he liked, and he learned that he actually needed to try instead of like get by on just being like the best in the garbage class, just because he chooses to be there, which was interesting. And also another part that got hinted on but didn't really get expanded upon, which really made me upset, which it was I think it was midway during the season, and they brought in Shiro and Itona, the motherfucker. See, I know the names because I wrote them down. Just so you know, I don't know names. I did a lot of research, so I hope y'all appreciate that and all this like blabbering I'm doing. But anyways, they came and they were in the classroom, and he was a new addition student to the whole thing, and he was basically to fight Kuro-sensei, and that was interesting because I feel like there was more backstory to that, but then they like clipped it, and I'm like, like I feel like there's something I'm missing that's really, really important, obviously, to the story that I want to know more of, that probably will go really in depth in later, but it's like, what is it now? But I wonder if anyone knows the answer to this question, which y'all probably do, because like I want this to be more of a forum, but it's like, what parts were filler in the anime, if there were any filler, and was the last part filler? I'm just curious about that part, because I actually don't know, but I feel like it might have been, but if it wasn't, that would be interesting. And do you think they have a season 2? And is the manga still going? I don't know, I have to check. But back to Itona. So I'm just gonna call him silver-haired motherfucker. That's the name I'm gonna remember. So this guy, and what he basically did was he had a fight with Kuro-sensei, and it was interesting. They fought in the classroom, and he basically had I think his hair was like elasticy or whatever, and it was able to like attack him and had the same properties as their weapons. So that was really cool that he was able to do that. But I'm just wondering, he said that they're each brothers, but I feel like there was some like science experiment that they're not talking about, and that's the part that really makes me want to know a little more about that character and that whole thing. But let's see, and in the end, I really liked when they tried to do their final assassination attempt. That was really dope. They tried OD hard, but they failed because Sensei always has tricks up his sleeve. But it was really cool, and how they all finally came together to actually like, you know, infiltrate the base, and everybody did their part in trying to beat the bad guys, which was actually really dope. So, all right, wrapping up and all of that. I don't even know what order that was, but I think I hit on stuff that I wanted to hit, even though usually when I'm gonna do this stuff, it's gonna be of anime I like. So I need more suggestions and stuff that I might have not watched. So, you know, you can put those in the comments too. But all in all, I think this was a great series. It was a surprise for me for it being as good as I like ended up liking it, because I didn't think I was gonna like it as much, because I thought it was really weird at first. But I've come to understand that I am a Shonen Jump junkie, and I will like anything that they make. You know, I'm probably gonna catch flack. I hope I don't, but you know, as you can see behind me, I have nothing but figures from Shonen Jump, except, wait, let's see. Wait, I'm gonna find somebody. All right, I found a couple people who aren't from Shonen Jump, but they few and far between. So, you know, where my crack lies in those guys. So, yeah, I need to get a Kuro Sensei figure. Yeah, I saw someone on YouTube with it and I was really jealous. I really want one. But all in all, it was a really good series. All right, I guess I'm gonna give it a rating. If I had to give it a rating, I'd give it, oh man, this is gonna be hard because then I'm gonna say some other shit on another show and they're gonna be like, what the fuck, what kind of number is that? All right, let's say, I'll give it 8.5 out of 10 for going on a 10 rating scale. You know, I really enjoyed it. It was a nice ride for like a nice marathon. And yeah, I hope they make a second season because I want to see more. I'm definitely interested in seeing like how the author builds up the student-teacher relationship and their war with the school, because I know that's definitely not over from the looks of like what I read in that one chapter. But you know, if you made it this far in the video, you know, thanks for watching and enjoying my rambling for most of it. I'm gonna try and format a structure that will be a little more cleaner, but this is kind of how I express my thoughts normally, so it's gonna be a little hard for me to find that format, but bear with me. So, thanks for making it to the end of the video. If you liked my review and you're actually gonna watch the show, you know, give it a thumbs up if I made it sound interesting to some degree, because I really enjoyed it and I hope you enjoy it or have enjoyed it or will enjoy it in some shape or form. So, you know, and subscribe for more videos because I'm gonna do more reviews, because I don't normally actually do these, but you know, I'm gonna try something. Maybe, who knows? This is my first video in like a month. So, you know, until next time, people, you know, bye.